okay, so in your worth or abilities and your confidence in your product, your service, or your offering. Okay, whatever it is you're selling or you're contributing or your product. So I have a special math equation, okay, that will support us. Okay, so confidence in yourself and who you are and who you be and your level of trust with yourself, all that good stuff. Plus the level of confidence you have in your product. Do you actually believe in what you're selling? Are you getting high on your own supply? Okay. Do you actually believe that you can deliver the result that your product says it can deliver? Do you have confidence in it? Both of those together equals the level of sales esteem that you have that exudes out of you as you walk into a room. So let's look at just an example here. Let's say you have confidence in your product, but like no self-esteem. So like right now, okay, Mastermind Business Academy. I've got incredible confidence in that product. Like I sat with Dean, I looked through it. I know it's the best thing in the world. But if I was a part of sharing that, or if I had no confidence in myself, then you could have the greatest product in the world, but no one knows about it. And there's so many people out there in the world like this. They have actually a ton of confidence in their product, but they have low self-esteem and no one knows their product exists. How many of you know someone like this? Okay. So the question becomes, what do we need to do to build our self-esteem? And the first step is self-awareness of where you are right now amongst what we call the 3 levels of sales esteem. Okay. And we're going to keep this light and fun today. We're going to make sales fun and enjoyable. So we're just going to cruise through this. Okay. So shake the body out, shake your hands out, shake your head out if you want to, like a little hummingbird. Okay. Shake the body out. All right. Good. Let's dive into sales esteem. Okay. 3 levels. And the easiest way to understand these levels of sales esteem is by using the word posture. Please put in the chat box, all capital letters, posture. Okay? Just to dive us in. Beautiful smile, Nicole. Good to see you. Christopher, Frank, Carrie, Elena. So let's think about what a posture is, okay? Posture is how you hold your body. Someone could have a confident posture or a not so confident posture. Different ways, we hold our body. In sales, postures are how you show up to a sales conversation or the energy that you embody in your body, okay? There are 3 postures in sales, and I'll share them with you right now. There's the superior posture, the equal posture, and the inferior posture. And we're going to share with you about all 3 of these postures right now. I'm going to start at inferior, and we'll move from there, okay? These postures represent your approach or your demeanor when you're in a sales conversation. Now, hear me now, okay? Any salesperson out there at this exact moment in time, okay, check your clock and your watch, look at the exact moment in time, any person right now in a sales exchange anywhere in the world are in one of these 3 levels, whether they know it or not. The thing is that many people out there, we talked about all that noise and the distortion of what sales is. There are many people that are in an unhealthy version of the posture. And we're going to share with you today what the unhealthy version looks like and the healthy version so that you're able to move into the healthy version. Being in an unhealthy version doesn't mean someone's bad. It's usually something we're unconscious to. But today is about really waking up and learning about these things so that we can master them and step into the influencers that we are always born to be. Our goal today is to show you how to master each posture and use them in healthy ways. Get you to the place where you love sales, you love service, and you're having fun doing it. And if that feels like a stretch for some of you, just shake the body out and trust the process and let's have some fun, okay? How you feeling so far? Make some noise, okay? All right. Let's dive into the postures. I'm going to start with inferior, level 1 inferior posture. So let's start with the unhealthy posture of inferior. Someone in the unhealthy inferior posture, just go ahead and take a guess of what that person would look like in their bodies. Okay, inferior. Okay, so shoulders are, show me it in your screens. Let me see. Shoulders are down. Okay, the head's down. Maybe we're talking really silent or slow. The inferior posture is, you can think of lack of confidence, uncertainty in themselves. Maybe this person is questioning and doubting themselves. The energy they're embodying is I'm not enough and I'm doubting myself. Tony at the beginning of my career always used to tell the story about someone knocking on the door, going to a sales call, mustering up all the courage, them being like, you wouldn't want to buy anything from me, would you? And that's probably not the greatest way to close a deal. If my eyebrow technician came up to me and said, I'm decent at doing eyebrows. Want me to do? I'd be like, you are not touching the gold mine. Okay, get away from here. If you don't have certainty, right? If you're an inferior and you're lacking confidence, it's hard for your prospect to trust you. However, it's very natural to start your journey at this level because we're all learning and we're building our self-confidence. The first time you tie a shoe, you might not have confidence, but you do it thousands and thousands of times, and then you do it without even thinking. That is why it's so crucial to have mentors like Tony Robbins, like Dean Graziosi, that can guide you because they've been where you want to go. And they literally, it's like an injection of confidence. Okay, you spend 20 minutes with Dean, 20 minutes with Tony, and you're like, move over, world, I'm coming through. All right, this is how we build our confidence, is being in the room and the environment with people that can guide us. Okay, the healthy version of inferior is someone that shows up to the sales exchange and they don't pretend they know everything about their client immediately. They're curious. They listen. They want to learn. Okay, they give the client the power seat, if you will, to make decisions at different points in the conversation. So if I was in a healthy inferior, I might be on the phone with my client. I might be like, Betty, if you're open to it, I'd love to explain to you what my program and my pricing looks like. Would that be okay with you? And simply me asking the question, would that be okay with you, puts her in the position of being able to give me the answer. And so I'm shifting in this space with my clients. And we're going to get more into this, but it gives your client the ability to choose. Okay. So that's inferior, unhealthy, and healthy. The second posture, and again, we're keeping this light. So just cruise through it with me. And it's all going to make sense. Second posture is superior posture. So again, think of someone in the superior posture, okay? Shoulders back. Ladies, we let the girls out to play. We got the head up. We got a big smile on. Okay, lots of confidence. If it's unhealthy superior, this person probably has a lot of certainty, like a better than mentality, overly confident, overly aggressive, maybe forceful, explaining how awesome their product is. Maybe a good example of this is a kiddo with a lemonade stand who makes the world's greatest lemonade, okay? And they might be in this superior posture and making a claim about something when they maybe don't actually know. Obviously, we drink as much lemonade as we possibly could to promote the entrepreneurial skill sets of the young generation, but you get the drift, okay? If someone's in an unhealthy superior posture, they're trying to look a certain way, to look good, to come across as an expert. And the energy of that can be very proving and demanding and forceful. And most times when people are in an unhealthy superior, it's when they're actually deep down lacking the confidence within themselves and they're trying to overcompensate with that energy. When someone's in a healthy superior, they're able to very confidently give direction in an embodied way, and people really trust them, okay? They've put in the work, they're considered an authority. Someone like this, again, would be like Dean Graziosi or Tony Robbins because they have the track record, right? They've put in the time. They're an expert in their field. They've walked the talk. They have lived experience and wisdom going through the journey, and they've come out on the other side of the underbelly, okay? So all of you that have gone through your own underbelly, you actually have the wisdom that you can share. So someone that is in a superior, a healthy superior, they may say on the phone, what's our girl's name? I forgot. Debbie? Janet? Debbie. So they may say, Debbie, Mastermind Business Academy is the best next step for you. I hear where you are at in your journey. This is the best next step for you at this stage in your career. I suggest you get enrolled right now with Tony and Dean and the next wave of their students. Okay. It's kind of like a doctor giving a prescription. They don't give a prescription before they've heard what the patient is going through. They wouldn't get into the room and be like, you should have Mastermind Business Academy right now, right? They're getting to know you. They're getting to feel what your desires are, your hopes are, your dreams are. They're learning what your gap is, and they're actually diagnosing what do you need to get from where you are to where you want to go to fill this gap. And that is responsible superior and healthy superior. Okay. Third level is equal. Now, equal posture is a really good place to live. However, it can be unhealthy. Someone in the unhealthy equal, also, let's just look at equal. Equal is like you and me. We're besties, okay? We're friends. I am you, you are me. We're chilling. We're homies, right? We're connected. We're in an equal connection. The unhealthy version of equal is when someone lives there too long. And a great example of this is the person that never gets out of the friend zone, right? Always a bestie, never the man, never the woman. or the person, okay? Never a person of influence. It's like when you date someone that won't take charge, and then after a while, it's hard to trust them. The healthy equal is someone that is completely in service to the other person. Okay, I'm on with Debbie and I don't have all these motives floating through my head on how I'm going to manipulate the conversation to get to the sale. I'm actually genuinely listening to her and wanting to understand where is she at in her journey. Debbie, what do you need, right, to get where you want to go, to have what you want in your life? And I'm actually determining if my product is a fit for her. Because someone also in healthy equal is not like grasping and needing these sales, right? It's actually looking for that great client fit. And so someone in that equal position has this mindset that says, I have some information that might help you make the best decision for your life. But the energy is, you're worthy as you are. I'm worthy as I am. And I'm here because I'm just curious and interested in helping. And an example of this is I might say to Debbie, I'm just like you. I had this exact doubt. I remember when I first started my journey in the self-education industry. And so I'm connecting with her. We're kind of in this equal position. And I thought the same thing, that I wasn't sure I could find the time before I decided to fully commit. And here's what I did. And then you might jump back up to superior, and here's what I did, and give an example. So as you can probably pick up, the goal is to have a really beautiful, healthy, cohesive relationship with all three postures. And let me ask the group here, what posture do you think is the best place to live in most often? You're right, it's equal. Because once you are in equal and that's healthy and the others are healthy and you've kind of unlocked all these levels in yourself, you can kind of dance between them and you don't even think about it. You're just in a healthy way navigating this conversation to support your client for the highest outcome. And once you can spot these levels in yourself, you can spot them in your clients, okay? And you want to take a look at what levels and I in healthy or unhealthy postures. And again, reminder, if you are doing a self-assessment, you're being really honest with yourself, which is important because the truth will set you free, and you find you're in unhealthy, it doesn't mean you're bad. It just means now you're aware of it. Yes, and you can make the shift to healthy. Once you spot even the unhealthy postures in you, you can start to see some of these mindset in your clients and in those buyers that you're working with. So I want to talk just really briefly about buyer mindsets, because you are going to get on the phone or Zoom calls with buyers that want to buy your product, and they might have some resistance. Really quick, let's do a check-in. How you feeling out there? Are you having fun? Are you enjoying this? Okay, great. I really love this next part. So just sit up in your seats with some energy. Let's reset. Put a big smile on your face. All right. So buyer mindsets. I want to talk quickly about buyer esteem. You have your own esteem, and so do buyers. You have the sales esteem, and there's buyer esteem. So buyer esteem is the level of perceived confidence that a client has in their ability to actually achieve the results that you're offering. Okay? Let's just go through that one more time. It's the buyer, the client's actual perceived confidence level that they can achieve what you're telling them they can achieve. So your buyers, your clients, are likely going to fall in one of two categories: buyers with an inferior mindset and buyers with a superior mindset. And I want to share with you some of the dynamics at play in the psychology here. Of course, there are outliers and things I'm not sharing today, but some of the basics we want to share with you, okay? So if you are working with a client that has an inferior mindset, and type this in the chat box, their belief is they believe they literally cannot achieve the result you offer. They might not believe that consciously. They might still get on the phone call with you, and they're at your event and they're considering joining your program and they're reading your sales page a million times, but deep, deep, deep down under there in the deep underbelly of their gut, they actually don't think they can get the result you offer. They don't think that they can, heal their acne or become an amazing salsa dancer in 3 weeks, or do the splits, or whatever it is you're doing. Okay, these are some funny examples my intuition is coming up with, or be in the knowledge industry. There's some of you right now that might be here that at deep down you actually don't think it's possible for you. So that is actually connected to an inferior mindset. It's really fun to dream into it. And these types of buyers you work with are having a lot of fun, like kind of building the possibility in their internal world. But when push comes to shove and the internal world meets reality, someone with an inferior mindset doesn't have the confidence or the belief that they can actually achieve the promise your program offers. So it's actually a limitation of belief and not ability. So they panic, they bail out of their dreams, and they create this loop, okay, that they go into for years looking for everything outside of themselves to feel better. And the only way they heal that is either A, they get sick and tired of believing and falling for that limitation, or an amazing influencer comes along that shakes them free from their pattern of limitation. I've had this in my own life. I shared with you guys on the first day. I had an amazing mentor in my life literally kick me in the caboose and shake me free from some of my limitations. And you can be that same person for your clients and help shake them. Our job as sales professionals, as influencers, is to listen very carefully and to help our clients break through what's actually holding them back, because you got to get connected to, you don't have to, but I would suggest getting connected to what's at risk for them. The risk is them going another 3, 5, 10, 15 years with their future stuck in the future and continuing to hop on different events and phone calls and thinking something's going to change, but that deep underlying belief is still in there, infecting them literally. So what can you do as the sales influencer extraordinaire is help a buyer with an inferior mindset develop a goal that motivates them more than their addiction to the old limitation, belief, or suffering. Because there's a part of them that keeps going back to that because it feels like home. So they need to be broken free from that. The other buyer is someone with a superior mindset, okay? Someone with a superior mindset are people that believe they can get the result, but they don't think they need you to do it, okay? These are people that are like a lot of people from where I'm from the Midwest, rolling up their sleeves, figure it out themselves, okay? Can anyone here relate to that? You're someone that figures it out yourself, like you make it happen, okay? And most entrepreneurs have a piece of that within us, but most successful entrepreneurs have a piece of that within us and know that we can get so much further, so much faster when we learn from other people. Someone with a superior mindset, they think that they can do it without you, but there's a cost to that. You know, you guys heard it on day one. We talk about DIY, do it yourself, which could really mean like do it in years. The cost of that is time and resources. And you have to know this so you can help guide your client that's in this position. It could take 10 times the amount of time and 10 times the amount of energy and money. But the truth is, anyone can get to the destination that they want in their life, whether it's from A to B or A to C or A to F, wherever they're going, better, faster, quicker, stronger, more intelligently, with a guide that's been where they want to go, which is really what our whole world is here at Mastermind, especially what our business academy is all about. It's the guidance that you need to go further faster. This is what Tony always says. If you go alone, it is painful and it takes time. But if you learn from OPE, other people's experiences, it compresses decades into days, success in a fraction of the time. Okay. And you got to know those people are not hopping on the phone with you. Debbie's not calling you if they didn't want the next level. So they may think they don't need you, but they want you. Okay. So what do they need? Show them what's the competitive advantage of working with you. What edge will they gain? They're really driven by the edge. Okay. Is it going to save them time, energy, money, pain, resources? Paint the picture so you can understand it intellectually. Okay. Finally, how do you get the confidence to have all these conversations in the first place? And this is where our conversation shifts into embodiment. Okay. Embodiment is something extraordinarily important to me. You know, I've been really blessed to have some of the greatest mentors in my life, and I'm very conscious of getting information in my mind versus information into my body. Because otherwise you've got that shelf education or the mind information where we say, I know this, I know this, I know this, but there's a difference between knowing this and doing it and living it. And so we need to take the information you're getting today, which who's getting some good stuff today? All 3 days of the summit, right? It's all here to serve you. But the best way for it to serve you is for you to live it, okay? For you to activate it within your being. Most people have a belief that distracts them from living this way. One of the best ways to fuel this new part of you that you guys are building here and creating here at the summit is to have a belief that adds like ammo, that adds fireworks and glitter and sparkle into your soul so that you wake up every day and you feel connected to the truth of who you're becoming. Unfortunately, most people's primary belief is destroying them slowly but surely. So I just want to plant a seed with you. Think back in your journey of sales and influence. What's been one of the most destructive beliefs that have held you back from being a person of influence? At the start of my journey, I started my career in sales with Tony, and I was fresh out of I worked for a bit in Chicago, but fresh out of my master's program. I was working in Chicago. Then I discovered Tony's work, and in 2 seconds, I'm now on the team, and I'm also doing sales. However, I'm still young, but I was much younger at the time when I started. So my belief was that I am too young, right? Am I qualified? Do I have the experience? Woof! This was such a debilitating belief that it drove me into an unhealthy superior posture. I felt like I needed to pretend I was good enough to even be on the team, to even be having these conversations because I didn't believe it. How many of you can see how destructive this can be? If these beliefs aren't caught, they guide our behavior in these unhealthy ways that are just, again, it's like a distortion. It's not real. So we need to find the truth and cut through the noise. Later, my belief became I needed to be invisible. Total opposite end of the spectrum, okay? And that drove me into an unhealthy inferior. I would be hiding and I would be playing small. And so I want to take a moment and give you just 30 seconds to 60 seconds, and I want you to identify what's at least one belief that could be holding you back right now from being an extraordinary person of influence. And then we're going to work with it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just take a moment right now and start to identify what could a belief be. Okay, 30 seconds on the clock, and I'll be right here with you. And once you find the belief, again, it doesn't have to be the holy grail belief, okay? Just a little one there that's holding you back today. And you can continue to think about this, but once you've got one, throw it in the chat box so that other people can learn. We can all learn from each other. Okay, about 10 seconds left. All right, come on back and let's stretch it out while we're at it. Stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out all the way up to the ceiling. All right, let all that good juju fall down. Okay, now we got the limitation, we got the belief. What the heck do we do about it? Show of hands if you want to destroy the belief once and for all. Just kick it right out of your life, okay? I'm going to share with you a super fun technique that has supported me in my life. I call it the 4-step reversal. And I have a little move, okay? Anytime I need the 4-step reversal, I whoosh, make a karate chop, okay? This helps me remember it in my mind. Anytime I hear a pesky limiting belief, I go whoosh, and I lay down the 4-step reversal. I'm going to share it with you right now. So step 1 of the reversal, to reverse the belief, okay, to one that serves you, is awareness. The first step is you got to celebrate your booty off because you are aware it exists. Once you notice that you have the belief that says, I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm too late, whatever it is, you better celebrate because you're aware. And at one point you weren't, you were unconscious and it was guiding all of your behavior and we couldn't even see why, and it creates frustration. So good that we know it exists. We can celebrate. The second step is to question the belief. If I've learned anything from my days with Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Sage Robbins, it's look at the belief and ask yourself, is it true or is it a story? Okay, 10 times out of 10, 9 out of 10, we'll give a little leeway. It's usually a story. It's something based on life experiences, things that we've picked up in our lives, in our childhood, so on and so forth. And we really want to look at it like a true investigator and figure it out. Is it true or is it a story? Once we know that there is a shred of story in there, a shred of our false personality kind of manipulating it and feeling victimized by it, all that good stuff, then we can flip it based on the truth. And this is the good stuff, you guys. When you're flipping the belief, based on something true. I want to share what this actually means. You need to you get to turn it into something that your nervous system can register as real. There's this Pitbull song that I really love, and he's like, turn a negative into a positive. Okay. I love that song. And we want to take it one step further. You want to turn the negative into a positive that's correct, and also make sure it's something that your brain registers that is true. If any of you started today with the belief, like, I'm not good at sales, anybody here start today? That was the old belief, but you might have started that way. If right now you switch that belief to an affirmation, I'm good at sales, and you wake up every day, I'm good at sales, I'm good at sales, I'm good at sales, okay? Your nervous system's like, no, you ain't, okay? I don't know who you're trying to fool, but you are now. But I have 20 years of experience with you on sales calls and all the feelings you feel, all that good stuff. So the goal is to flip it and crack the code on something that our body believes in. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. Okay? First example. The more I share about my business, the more hated I will be. This was the old belief. How do we flip it to the truth? Something that the body really believes in. This person flipped it to, if I do not have outsiders, I do not have insiders. So they actually now feel empowered by having some outsiders. If you got some haters, maybe you're onto something. Let's look at the other one. This is from my mom. She used to believe I'm too old. She was in sales, and she thought there was all these youngins coming in the company. She thought she was too old to have the success that she wanted. She created this new belief that says, thank God I'm so old. No one wants to do business with a rookie. She didn't say, I'm not too old, okay? She realized that her age was her superpower, and she created a belief that activated her. And then she became number one in her company. I think it's been 3 years now in a row. She's probably watching right now. Hi, Mom. Love you. And then the final one I shared with you guys, that my old belief was, I have to be invisible. And then finally, I switched that to something that I felt in my body. The greatest gift that I can give this world, my clients, and myself is being totally and completely and fully me. And that makes me sleep well at night. So I want to give you guys, again, 60 seconds, couple minutes. I'll watch you, so don't rush, but, keep the tempo going. And I want you to flip one of your beliefs just for fun. Just try it out. And you can keep working on this tonight, tomorrow, and over the next week or so. But take a moment right now and flip your belief. Begin. Pumped up from a session, a 20-minute session, or we have to read that book, or we have to listen to that podcast, or we have to meditate for 5 hours in order to be activated. We want to just know it within us. We want to know it in our body. We want our body to remember who we actually are. So what you get to do is rewire, like, the neurons in your brain, the neural pathways, to remember the truth about what you want to remember, okay? And so to do that, we have to practice it, and we get to build that muscle. And so declaring it means that you're, embodying at a level that your body is resonating with it as true. And so at the beginning of my journey with my old beliefs, like I'm too young and that I had to be invisible, I literally declared, if I could give myself an ounce of credit, I will do anything weird, crazy, if it meant inner freedom. And so Tony was sharing about really anchoring things into your body. He always used to say it's the truth, the level of truth something is, plus your physiology. Okay, that's kind of the math equation, if you will. It's your truth plus physiology that equals transformation in your life. So if you want to transform, you need those two things, two ingredients, truth and physiology. And so I started to run around my room, my office, outside on a run. I'd be in the shower, and I'd utilize my voice, and I'd start to go on these rants. I'm going to demonstrate it. You're not going to do it now, okay? I don't want to scare you guys, but I really hope later you stand up and you do it. And so what I would do is take my new belief and I would say over and over and over again, the greatest gift that I can give this world, my clients, myself, is being totally and completely and fully me. The greatest gift that I can give this world, my clients, myself, is being totally and completely and fully me. And I would say it in different tempos. The greatest gift that I can give this world, my clients, myself, is being totally and completely and fully me. And then I'm about to call Debbie and I remind myself the greatest gift, Debbie, that I can give this world, my clients, myself, is being totally and completely and fully me. And then I'm out jumping in the ocean and I say, the greatest gift that I can give this world, my clients. You get the picture. I'm anchoring this into my body until I feel good saying it. And then all of a sudden, this declaration is declaring me. I start to just hear it in the background of my mind and it starts to lift me. And it's almost like my higher self is coming in to like save the day. And I finally found a visual representation of what it feels like for me when that part of me gets activated. And I want you to see because this is what will feel like for you. Check this out.
All the favorite bitches say I'm delicious. I'ma have all you motherfuckers laying in the ditch. I'ma kill all you rappers. I'ma aim.
Let's give a round of applause to our higher selves coming to the party. It's such a good feeling when we have this level of congruency in our minds and our bodies and our souls. And so, my friends, I sincerely hope that after today, after these 3 days, after the blessing of spending time with these people that have devoted their lifetimes to mastering this information, like it's such a gift that we're even alive at the same time as Tony and Dean, it truly is. I hope that it inspires you to make a decision to start giving your energy to the life you're creating and stop trusting or giving any energy to those old disempowering stories. You know, the time and your age and your money and the it's too late and like whatever it is. When they pop up, say to them, I don't trust you. That's what I say to mine when those pop up. I don't trust you because I'm believing in what we're creating. I'm believing in the truth and I know that that's a story. And then get yourself into a powerful state. The greatest gift, whatever it is for you, just anchor it in. And committing to this practice over and over again, it's going to elevate yourself, okay? And it's also going to elevate your self-esteem. Um, Such an honor to spend this time with you guys at World Summit. I want to thank you, Tony Robbins. I want to thank you, Dean Graziosi, my mentor. It's such a blessing to be with you. I hope I get to see all of you guys inside of the Mastermind Business Academy. Come get your MBA with us. I'll say this, you know, there is hands down no two people better, more capable in the world to take you on this journey than Tony, Dean, and also the Mastermind team. And that